Hi guys, welcome back. Another drum lesson here, lesson number 4. Today I want to talk to you about 3 exercises for doing warm-ups and getting used to developing your technique and your skill on our drum set. So we're going to be mainly talking about this drum, the snare drum. I'll turn my snare on. Okay, so the snare drum. So, there are 3 exercises I want to talk through today, and these are little exercises that I use every time I practice, just to give myself a little bit of a warm-up. It's like an athlete. If you go to a football match, and the team are on, and they're all playing, and you can see that there's a substitute player is getting ready to come on, and you see the substitute running up and down the side of the pitch and pulling muscles and stretching and doing lots of exercises to stretch. Well, that's really, really important, because that is the substitute person about to come on, getting their muscles ready to go on and to play in the game. If they didn't warm up, if they didn't do these stretches and these exercises, whenever they go out and they just start physically running really hard and stuff, they can cause themselves damage to their muscles, and they can cause themselves great problems. So it's really important for an athlete, for a sports person, to warm up before they do any exercise or any activity. Music is the same. We should do the exact same when we play music. We should warm up before we play our instruments. So today I want to talk about 3 warm-ups I use. We're going to talk about single stroke roll, we're going to talk about a double stroke roll, and we're going to talk about a paradiddle. Okay, so these 3 exercises are for snare drum, but they can be used around the drum set. Okay, so I'm going to show you how we can use those as well. So the first thing is called the single stroke roll. Single stroke basically means you play 1 stroke with each hand. That's it. That's all we do. So we start with one hand and then we play with the other. Okay? That's a single stroke. Now, obviously that was nice and relaxed, nice and slow. And to develop my technique, the purpose of these exercises is that I repeat them and repeat them and repeat them. And that's a really, really important part of doing your warm-up exercises. It's not to say, okay, I can play single strokes, that's it, done. That's not practicing. You're not developing your muscles. To do this, you need to do it over a period of time, a long period of time. The longer you play it, the better you're going to get warmed up, okay? So if you can do it for as long as possible, set a little timer and say, okay, I'm going to do single strokes now for 1 full minute on my timer. And you just play single strokes for 1 minute. Okay, that is roughly about a minute, I think, there or thereabouts. Okay, so it can seem quite long when you're actually doing it. So what we can do with our single strokes, what I like to do, I like to play single strokes. I would like to play like 4 beats, kind of going. Remember the words we used in our last lesson about doing our drum fills? We used the words tea, coffee, Coca-Cola. So what I like to do is I like to do a bar of coffees. coffee, 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 coffee. And then follow that by a bar of Coca-Colas. So 4 Coca-Colas. So 4 coffees, then 4 Coca-Colas. Let me show you. Coffee, 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 coffee. So we have a very, very simple pattern where we just double the speed. Okay, so we're going to do that now. And I'm going to do that for about a minute. I'm going to try and keep an eye on my clock here, on my phone here. So here we go. Coffees, followed by Coca-Colas, single strokes. Okay, 1, 2, 3, go. Coffee, 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 Okay, that's about a minute of that exercise, okay? And as you get better and better at it, you can speed that up, okay? Okay, so, but do it at your own speed. Do it at a speed you feel comfortable. Don't try going too fast too soon. It's very, very important to continue going at the speed that you feel comfortable at, okay? So that's your first exercise for today. The next exercise I want to look at is called the double stroke roll, okay? Another name in the world of drumming that we have for this, we call this the mummy daddy, okay? And that's going to become very obvious now. A double stroke means we play 2 strokes with the same hand. And then we use 2 strokes with the other hand. So we call that mummy because it's got that sound, mummy. It's got two syllables, mummy. And then daddy is with the other hand, daddy. So we just play, repeating again, mummy, daddy, mummy, daddy, mummy, daddy, mummy, daddy, mummy, daddy, mummy, daddy. Okay, so that's just practicing them at the same speed. We can then do what we did with the single strokes, the right, left, right, left, right, left. We can do what we did where we have 4 coffees followed by 4 Coca-Colas. Okay, so we're doubling the speed. And we can do that for about 1 minute. Let's try that for 1 minute. Okay, so we're going to go coffee in one hand, coffee in the other hand, coffee, coffee. And then we're going to double the speed. Coca-Cola. So Coca-Cola. Okay, so let's try that. Coffees into Coca-Colas. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and coffee, 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 coffee. Okay, that's about a minute of double stroke rolls, going from quavers into semi-quavers, going from coffees into Coca-Colas, okay? So we've covered 2 exercises already. The single strokes, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. And the double strokes, mummy, daddy, mummy, daddy. And you can go at any speed you want, just to get playing, just to develop this idea. But the main thing to always remember when you're doing this is the repetition is the important thing. Doing it over and over and over and over. The longer you do it, the better and the easier it's going to become for you. Okay, so I have a third and final rudiment that I want to talk to you about today. Okay, and I've just used the fancy word rudiment. That's what, in the world of drumming, that's what we call these little exercises. On a piano, we play scales, okay? In fact, my phone is resting on the piano. There's a scale, okay? We can't play scales on our drums because we don't have different pitch. So we play little exercises that we call rudiments, okay? And so the single stroke, the double stroke are both rudiments. And this third and final one is called a paradiddle. 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 Okay? And as you can hear from the way I'm saying it, paradiddle. It's got 4 sounds, okay, in the word. And that's really important because there are 4 notes in a paradiddle. And the important thing to remember is when you say diddle, you play with the same hand. So it starts off like singles. It starts off with 2 singles and then we do a double. That's the paradiddle. Paradiddle. Okay, so I started with my right hand. I went right, left, and then right, right. That's the paradiddle. Paradiddle. When I finished with that hand, finished my diddle, I then start the next paradiddle with the opposite hand. Okay, so I then start on my other hand, starting with my left. Paradiddle. Exact same thing. Left, right, left, left. Okay, so this is the tricky one out of all 3. Just remember it starts off with 2 single strokes and then we do a double. Okay, then when we finish that we start with the other hand with 2 single strokes. Left, right, and then the double. I always keep the word paradiddle in my head when I play this. Paradiddle, paradiddle, paradiddle. So whenever I say diddle, it's one hand. So we'll do that, well, I'll do that for about a minute or so just to get you used to this. Okay, here we go. Paradiddle, 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 paradiddle. And stop. Okay, so that was it all at the same speed, nice and steady, nice and slow. And again, work on that until you get really comfortable. That's 1 minute. But if you want to do 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, the longer you do at this, the better your paradiddle will become. And your double stroke. And your single stroke. Okay, so we're now going to do what we did with the other two exercises. We're going to play a bar of coffees at that speed, and then going into Coca-Cola's semi-quavers. So I'm just going to use the word paradiddle. I'm not, just because it helps me much better with this. So I'm basically, in this one, I'm going to do 2 slow paradiddles, and then I do 4 paradiddles twice as fast. Let's do that for 1 minute. Here we go. So it'll be paradiddle, 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 paradiddle. Okay? So, here we go. 2, 3, and paradiddle, 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 Okay, so single strokes, double strokes, paradiddles, 3 exercises that I use every time I sit down behind the drums. I always spend time on those before I do any kind of other stuff that I'm working on. Just to get warmed up. Remember the reason we warm up our muscles to build up our strength, to build up our technique on our instrument. Now, to finish off, I want to show you how we can use that stuff on drum kit. We're going to talk about the paradiddle because that's the last one we did. So what we're going to do on drum kit, let's think about this. Okay, I've thought about it. The paradiddle, we're going to start, instead of using our right hand, we're going to replace the right hand with our right foot, which is the bass drum. Okay, this foot here is going to play what this hand would play. This is going to play normal paradiddles with what it would normally do. So instead of going paradiddle, paradiddle, I'm going to play bass drum with the right hand, snare drum with the left hand, like this. Paradiddle, 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 paradiddle. Okay, you can develop that. Build it up over time. Okay, get it quicker and quicker. And then, every time I say par, and every time I say did, I'm going to hit the hi-hat. Okay, so I'm going to go like this. Paradiddle, 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 paradiddle. That's it, very slowly, okay? Very, very slowly. Building up the speed. Paradiddle, 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 All right, so that is using our 3 exercises: single strokes, double strokes, paradiddles, the 3 exercises. And finally, we finished by showing you how to use the paradiddles on a simple kit rhythm between replacing one hand with a foot. So instead of playing par, I'm going boom with my foot, okay, on the bass drum. So you can work on those. There's a lot in there for all of those exercises. You can spend as much time as you want practicing these over and over and over and over. The more you do, the easier, the better they become, and the stronger you become as a player. Okay? So, those are ideas to work on this week. Alright? Single strokes, double strokes, paradiddles. Have fun. Hope everybody is well, staying safe, and I hope to see you all very, very soon. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.